This is 11:59 p.m., the downfall of all students. First, we'll go over what procrastination is. Procrastination is not laziness, nor is it a lack of planning. However, the plan of delay is also not procrastination. What does this mean exactly? This means that if you plan a delay knowing that you'll have enough time, that is not procrastination. Procrastination is delaying, understanding that you do not have enough time to complete a task. Procrastination in students. This is the statistics. 1 in every 5 students is not a procrastinator. That means that 4 out of every 5 students is a procrastinator. That is about 80 to 95% of students are procrastinators. That is an extreme amount of students. That is nearly everybody. Here are the effects of procrastination. We have lack of sleep, stress, anxiety, depression, lower quality of work, and depleting energy. Speaking that this affects 95% of students, this is a serious problem that needs to be addressed. So, something I found in my research is the depression, anxiety, and procrastination cycle. This looks a little overwhelming, but here's the start. You start with a stressful environment, which makes you feel bad. And because you feel bad, you can't do work. And because you can't do work, you feel even more bad. And then you end up developing depression and anxiety because of all these factors stressful environment, can't do work, feel bad. And eventually it just happens all over again, where it's because you're depressed or anxious, you don't want to do your work, and you feel more bad, so on and so forth. Now, here's what most people are heard that, oh, you're just lazy, it's your fault for procrastinating, you don't need any mental help, you just need to lock in. However, that's not true. Many students believe this and decide they don't need mental health and that it's all their fault, which is why they deal with the consequences of procrastination. There are 6 types of procrastination covered by Alexandra Urbina. I interviewed her. The first type is the perfectionist, which delays tasks because they fear of well, not being perfect. The advice that she gives is setting time limits for tasks, understanding that progress is more important than perfection, and self compassion. They often think to themselves, if I can't do it perfectly, then I'd rather not do it at all. The second type is the dreamer. The dreamer loves big ideas and visions, but struggles with detailed structure or taking action. They think to themselves, it'll come together eventually, or I'll just wait for inspiration. Urbina recommends breaking the goal into small, clear steps, using a planner or checklist, and setting short deadlines. The third type is the warrior. The warrior is, in the name, always worried about if they mess up or if they're not good enough. They feel anxious about failure, criticism, or making the wrong choice, and it leads to avoidance. The warrior needs to understand that starting the task is more important than getting it perfect. And you need to complete a small part of the task to build confidence. And self compassion is a big part of combating the warrior type. The next type is the crisis maker. Many students are this type. They thrive on pressure, making intentional delay to do tasks at the last minute. They believe that they work better under pressure and that they'll just knock it out the night before. Urbina recommends making fake deadlines, working in short focused sprints, using timers, and having an accountability partner. This could be a friend, this could be a mom, dad, anybody that could help you be accountable to your fake deadlines. The next type is the overdoer, which takes on too much, saying yes to everything, and then getting overwhelmed, which leads to avoidance of tasks. The overdoer needs to understand that boundaries are important. Learning to say no is the biggest way to combat this type. Identifying 1 to 2 top priorities for the day and having a must, could, should list, which separates it by priority. They often tell themselves, I have to do it all, or I can't say no. The last type is the defier. Defier procrastinates as a form of resistance to rules and expectations. Tasks are put off because they don't want to be told on what to do. So, to combat this, you need to find a part of the task that is controllable. If you feel like you're in control, then you're less likely to defy. Setting a personal goal that connects with your values will overall make you feel like it's more important to do the task. And well, that's basically reframing what the task does for you in the long run. They often tell themselves, I'll do it when I want to, or who are they to tell me what to do? Self compassion is one of the biggest parts of beating procrastination in every single type. Now, what is self compassion exactly? Self compassion is acknowledging your mistakes or other bad things happening in your life and allowing yourself to feel kindness and caring for yourself. Self compassion is has three factors to it: self kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Self kindness is kind to self instead of criticism or judgment. And common humanity is understanding that you're not alone, the human experience. And lastly, mindfulness is keeping feelings balanced. For example, it's celebrating the small wins instead of over identifying with the losses. By keeping your feelings in check, you're able to combat procrastination and overall have a better mental health. Now, how to beat procrastination, a simplified list. Identify first what type of procrastination you are. Analyze whether you're stuck in the procrastination cycle. If you are, then you should go get mental health. And no, then continue the list. Apply the advice given to your type of procrastination into your daily life. That would help significantly. Apply self compassion into your daily life, which not only helps procrastination, but overall mental health. And lastly, you need to forgive yourself for the past procrastination that you've done. Thank you.